T-E-E-R-E. It's about the toys. Welcome to another episode of English Ed Reviews Everything. I'm your host and everyone's favorite flatmate, Lucky English Ed, and this is Show and Tell Thursdays, episode 8. And today we are taking a look at the Steel Brigade by Valaverse Action Force, and they are just simply awesome. Now, I completely forgot to show the back of the box and all the cross promotion, but just know it's a simplistic box. Here you have the figures in the box, and they look really nice in it. But enough of that talk. Let's get these bad boys out. Alright, so now that we have them out of the box, let's go down through our Pad C. What's Pad C again? Well, Pad C is price, articulation, accessories, detail, and comparison, as you can see here on screen. So, looking at these two figures, male and female, the pricing was $32 each. I bought them both at the same time. The male figure, no, that's not true. Yes, that is true. I bought them both at the same time. However, the male figure originally came out in 2019, while the female figure just came out this year in the year of 2023. Now, looking at the color scheme and the uniforms, they are very, very similar, but there are enough differences to point them out. Excuse me one second. Pointing them out, we have differences within the pants area. For starters, the female appears to have more pockets. Let's bring the female in real quick. If I could just get this to... There we go. Getting her arm out the way. She has a cargo pocket there and a cargo pocket there. For some reason, it doesn't want to focus. There and there on the sides. While the male figure, on the other hand, he has one cargo pocket there and two zipper pockets on this side. Another difference is the knee pads and boots. The male has a different type of knee pad than the female. They're both done in. They're both molded in green plastic and then painted with gray paint. The boots are also different in that the male are all black leather boots with silver buckles, while the female has a gray shin guard as well as a gray steel toe. The shirts are, for all intensive purposes, 100% identical, just one for female size and one for male size, or one XL and one small. Now, taking a look at the articulation. Now, the articulation here is very similar to G.I. Joe Classified. However, pardon me, we have a fire truck outside. The articulation is very similar to G.I. Joe Classified, but there are some differences. Some, but not many. Now, looking at the male, we have standard things. Like, let's start with the feet. We have a pivot and an ankle rocker. Let's get my hand out of that light. We have a shin swivel. We also have double jointed pinless knees. We also, like G.I. Joe Classified, have drop-down hips, which allow for additional range, as well as swivel at the thighs. Now, and the differences between the G.I. Joe Classified and the Valaverse figures, They have a ball joint at the waist, allowing for that type of motion, and then another ball joint at the diaphragm. So you got all types of crunch without breaking the sculpt too much. Then we have multiple different hands. For the purpose of this video, I'm not going to show all the hands, but just know, in fact, I'll just stand him up here and just mimic with my own hand what type of hands we have. We have a trigger holding hand. We have a cradling holding hand, which you'll see that the left hand on both these figures are. We have a gripping hand for holding knives, pipes, bats, things of that nature, as well as fist. So it comes with a very wide assortment of hands for both left and right. So you have a butt ton of hands, and I do like hand options. It's not something I knew I wanted it. It's not something I knew I wanted it. That's not wanted it. I sound like a 5-year-old. It's not something I knew I wanted until I had it. Also, we have butterfly joints that are, in my opinion, superior to G.I. Joe Classified. The butterfly joints work way more better, in my opinion. Then we have a ball joint, which allows for this much T-posing. Could probably get up there better. I just don't want to stress and break them because these figures have had problems in the past. We also have a bicep swivel, like so. We have double jointed elbows, double jointed pinless elbows, I might add. And then each hand has its own unique articulation to it. The majority of the hands have the in and out hinge, like so, while the trigger hands all have the up and down hinge. Now, these heads work on a simple ball and hinge, which I prefer. I also would prefer the clavicle movement, but beggars can't be choosers. Now, here's the difference between the male and female articulation points. Let's leave this head off for a moment. These points are: the male have a dedicated butterfly joint, while the females do not. The females just have been sculpted in a way in which you can get the type of articulation from having a butterfly joint, but without actually having one. Now, the females can get their hands very close together, as you can see, without butterfly joints because of the way they were sculpted. And in my opinion, that is pretty damn awesome. Just getting her back on there. I'm also going to be removing her head for this because of the upcoming next point. Now that we've had the heads off, let's go into let's go into accessories. Now, here is the major point that we need to get into as to not why I prefer, but one reason why I chose to start getting into the Action Force universe, the Valaverse. The amount of accessories they come with, and the point of detail in these accessories. Now, we've seen both these heads already. These are the standard heads they come with. I have the male redeployment series, which comes with an additional head. Now, this additional head is simply, give me a second, gotta take it off screen. I hate taking it off screen. It comes with a gold head. Now, the gold head is supposed to signify that he is a higher ranking member of the Steel Brigade than the silver heads. And with my female figure, she also came with I gotta take her off screen for a moment as well. She also came with a gold head, which, oh man, I hate when this happens. She also comes with a gold head. Oh, did I break it? Continuing on without the gold head, because right now I can't seem to get the gold head on. I'm going to try one last time, just so. Okay, I managed to get it on. I think. Okay, I managed to get it on. It was one hell of a fight. That was the very first time I had actually changed the female head at all. So let's just get her back in here. This is the first time I have actually ever changed her head, period. That was a waste of about 30 seconds or more. Okay then. In addition to the different head sculpts, which is not really a different head sculpt, the head decos. Let's get these into the frame. They come with an assortment of accessories. These accessories include a rifle with a scope and a removable mag, which is awesome. It doesn't stop there, because then she also comes with 2 additional mags. Let's just spray those out. Let's put those up there. She comes with also a really nice knife. Let's put that down. And she comes with a gun that I never knew existed until I seen it, called the Maxim. This gun has a holster. You can slide this up the side of her leg where it sits, and as you can see with the detail, it has 2 additional mags. Not done, because then she also comes with body armor with pouches for those 2 additional mags. Now, the male figure also comes with very similar accessories, because they are an army builder and they are pretty much the grunts. He comes with this automatic rifle with a grenade launcher. I forgot to mention, this particular rifle has 2 ports where you can add blast effects, firing effects. One for the grenade portion and one for the rifle portion. And it has a removable mag. Now, the females doesn't have a port where you can plug in a blast effect, but there are blast effects that fit on her weapon. Continuing, he also comes with 2 additional mags. However, these 2 additional mags do not, yes they do. These 2 additional mags also have a place on his body armor. Right there. Now, oh crap. Oh no, okay. He comes with also a sidearm, a Maxim. Let's see if we can get it to focus properly. There we go. However, his holstering unit does not have 2 additional sculpt-on mags. On his off leg, he comes with a medic kit, which is pretty cool. Lastly but not least, he comes with a knife also. So, let's dress these 2 characters up and see how they look. And that brings up another another segment. Is there a difference between action figures and dolls, seeing how we have to dress our action figures up? Maybe in a later video. So, when we come back, we're going to take a look at them in full armament and then move on to detail. And now we have them in full armament, in full gear, and I just finished playing dress up. Yes, dress up. So, taking a look at the male detail first, we are going to look at everything up close. Taking a look at his bullet resistant jacket vest. It has the sigil on it, which is a very cool Valaverse sigil. The sigil of the Steel Brigade. On the back as well, lots of detail in there. Same thing with the paint and the straps, just looking really beautiful. And if you notice, right here, there's a little knife sheath connected to his back. And that's because I deliberately left this out just to show it off last. For some reason, it does not want to focus. There we go. Took long enough. It's very nice detailing in this knife. Black handle with silver paint on for the blade. And it sheaths right into there. And it holds snugly too. So snugly I can make the... yeah. So this is the figure in all its glory. Fully decked out. Female. Same thing. She got her mag pouches in front. Her knife also is in the back. I'll just pull that out real quick. Simple knife. Really cool. Excuse me, just had a hiccup. And that's what that figure looks like. So, last but not least, on this rodeo, you get an Action Force stand which has 4 pegs, so you can actually fit up to 2 figures, which I have done in the past. And just to make that point, you can fit up to 4 figures on one stand. There you go. 2 figures. I say 4 figures. I meant to say 4 feet. But 2 figures can fit comfortably on one stand, which I notice a lot of reviewers never point that out. But there you have it. One stand can double as 2. Suppose you wanted to put your Destro and Baroness together. They can fit on this one stand. Comfortably, as I mentioned, and will mention again. So, lastly, on this rodeo, we are going to do a comparison. That comparison will now, we're going to take a look at the Viper Patrol. But first, let's get these figures off so we can get a height comparison going properly. Let's get these to the side. Male figure. Female figure. If I could get her to stand properly without tipping over. There we go. That's how they stand up against a Cobra Viper. See if I can get this figure also in the shot. This is how they look. When you add in a Alley Viper, let's get them all to move down just a touch. Let's turn the camera just a bit. And let's throw in a Cobra Trooper for good measure. Because, let's be honest, they are the backbone of the Cobra troop builders. Let's get him out. Get him in. And let's get the last, the few, the proud, the Crimson Guard. Let's get a Crimson Guard in here for comparison as well. Gotta get his feet centered. There we go, that's better. And there we have it, compared to other troopers within our line. But let's take a quick look at the height. I can't seem to find my female figures. Here we are. Let's get her next to Lady J just to do a quick height comparison before we call an end to this video, because this video is long. So here we are. See if we can get Lady J to stand up nice and straight next to a Steel Brigade female. And the Steel Brigade female is slightly taller due to the fact that she's wearing a helmet. Actually, when you really look at it, she's much taller because of a helmet, and she's standing with her legs just slightly wider apart. But there you have it. This has been my review for the Steel Brigade from Valaverse's Action Force. And remember, toys are art. Thanks for watching.